Hello, everyone. Harford County, Maryland is a region renowned for its tranquil suburbs and close-knit communities. However, beneath the surface, a dark reality has been lurking. The kind of darkness that law enforcement agencies across the country battle every single day. The digital age has brought us closer together. Unfortunately, it's also created new, disturbing pathways for predators to exploit the vulnerable, right from the safety of their own homes. This is the story of a month-long operation and collaborative effort codenamed Operation Nasty Nine, that brought in a familiar face from the world of investigative journalism, resulting in a stark reminder that nowhere is truly safe. With that being said, let's get right into it. The Harford County Sheriff's Office, under the leadership of Sheriff Jeff Gawler, recently made a bold move. They partnered with veteran investigative journalist Chris Hansen for a large-scale sting operation. The goal was to identify and apprehend those seeking to harm children online. Posing as minors in online chat rooms and messaging apps, investigators monitored conversations, building cases against individuals who believed they were messaging children. When the conversations turned explicit and plans for in-person meetings were made, the trap was set.
And the Harford County Sheriff's Office teams up with Chris Hansen of To Catch a Predator to help track down child predators in Maryland and surrounding states. Fox 45's Vincent Hill spoke to Harford County Sheriff Jeff Gawler about the takedowns.
He joins us live right now with a look inside the investigations. Vincent?
Kai and Maxine, 9 arrests so far and likely dozens of others lurking online, hoping to meet up with what they believe to be a 14-year-old. But Harford County Sheriff Jeff Gawler says not under his watch.
First on Fox, a first-of-its-kind investigation.
This is the first time they've done this sort of operation here in Maryland.
The Harford County Sheriff's Office making history as being the first law enforcement agency in the state to team with national TV host Chris Hansen on his show, Takedown, taking down what Sheriff Jeff Gawler calls
the Nasty Nine.
Here are their faces. 9 men who assumed they were talking to a 14-year-old girl or boy with plans to meet for sex.
The internet is all that's good with it. There's a whole lot of bad with it too, and these predators know how to make their rounds on that.
Including a senior citizen.
We had the one guy in his 70s, came down from Cecil County, actually stopped to get alcohol and condoms and had taken his Viagra on the way. You know, his intent was clear. That story just, blows your mind.
But not as mind-blowing as another alleged predator.
His wife was out of town, so he wanted to come down and have his encounter. He thought he was talking to a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
He wanted to come down while his wife was not watching.
Here he is, someone who works closely with children.
Owns 2 daycare centers. How horrible is that?
38-year-old Nicholas Fountain, the owner of 2 daycares in Philadelphia. Gawler says, although the cameras are gone, the investigation into suspected pedophiles looking to come to Harford County is far from over.
There weren't just these 9, that there were dozens and dozens and dozens of people.
Including 2 the sheriff hopes to bring charges against in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, Gawler warning parents to the dangers lurking online.
It's certainly a statement to parents and guardians and grandparents to keep an eye on your child's online activities, but it's also a statement about some of the individuals that are out there in our community.
For those who may be out there, the sheriff has this message.
If you're coming to Harford County to engage in sex with a 14-year-old boy or girl, maybe it'll be Chris Hansen and the Harford County Sheriff's Office waiting for you.
And right now, it's not clear if those 9 who are arrested are still behind bars. Now, that episode of Takedown with Chris Hansen involving these cases airs this winter. For now, we're live in Baltimore. Vincent Hill, Fox 45 News.
A decoy location was prepared, and a camera crew was eagerly ready to document the shocking encounters for Hansen's show. One by one, over a span of several weeks, the suspects arrived, only to be met not by a child, but by law enforcement and Chris Hansen himself. Their faces and intentions lay bare for the public to see. In total, 9 men were arrested, all facing multiple charges, including CSA and using a computer to commit a crime. The Harford County Sheriff's Office released the identities of the Nasty 9. Charles Schmidt, 72, of Rising Sun, Maryland. Nicholas Fountain, 38, from Collegeville, Pennsylvania. Disgustingly, Fountain is the owner of 2 daycare centers. Patrick McCluso, a resident of Virginia. He was arrested right at his city office. Tyler Duvall, 27, of Gaithersburg, Maryland. Frederick R. Rapp, 53, of Bel Air, Maryland. Removing a P from his last name would be more fitting, in my opinion. Ryan M. Smith, 34, of Nottingham, Maryland. Brian P. Nichols, 35, of Hanover, Pennsylvania. Franklin G. Mejia Martinez, 25, of Alexandria, Virginia. And lastly, Jeremy D. Brinegar, 41, of Joppa, Maryland.
Hello, I'm Harford County Sheriff Jeff Gaylor. I want to take a few moments today to tell you about an important and deeply troubling issue, one that strikes at the heart of our responsibility to protect the most vulnerable members of our community, our children. Over the past month, the Harford County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigations Division, in partnership with nationally recognized journalist Chris Hansen, has conducted an undercover operation targeting individuals seeking to sexually exploit and victimize children. Some in our society like to refer to these people as minor attracted people, if you can believe that. But let me say and make it very clear, these people are criminal pedophile predators. When I was first approached about conducting this operation, it was my sincere hope that we would come up empty-handed, that we would find there were no predators that wanted to terrorize our kids here in Harford County, and that the operation would end with zero arrests. But sadly, that was not the case at all. During the course of this month-long operation, our detectives engaged in online conversations with dozens and dozens of individuals. 9 of these individuals have subsequently been arrested, which I have now come to call them the Nasty Nine. 9 grown men who made plans to come into Harford County believing they were meeting up with an underage boy or girl for sexual activity. Well, I'm happy to say, instead of them getting what they wanted, they were met by Chris Hansen and our deputies and taken swiftly into custody. So that you understand the type of people that are out there potentially trying to prey on your children, I want to introduce you to a few of these individuals and tell you who they are and some of the details of their dirty deeds. The first is Charles Smith, a 72-year-old man, you heard me right, 72, from just over the bridge in Rising Sun, Maryland, on his way to meet up with whom he believed to be a 14-year-old girl for sex. He stopped at a local store to buy condoms and alcohol to wash down his Viagra. Smith was promptly arrested as he entered a home where he was planning to meet this young girl. The second one is from Collegeville, PA, and his name is Nicholas Fountain. And get ready for this. Mr. Fountain is the owner of 2 daycare centers in Collegeville, PA area. He came in contact with our undercover deputy on the website Reddit on a forum titled Boys Ask Dads. Mr. Fountain was in such a hurry to meet our undercover, who was posing as a 14-year-old boy, that he told him he wanted to meet as soon as possible because his wife was out of town. Our law enforcement partners in Pennsylvania were contacted, and they paid a visit to his home and took him into custody, putting an end to his online trolling for minors. And then there was Patrick Macluso from Hampton, Virginia. Our detectives found him on the same forum as the last predator and soon discovered he was a 36-year-old attorney for the city of Suffolk, Virginia. He sent our undercover deputy, who was posing as a teenage boy, multiple pictures of him holding his private parts, and then made plans to travel from Virginia to Harford County to meet this teenage boy. Our team of law enforcement decided to put an end to his plans early and arrest him at his city office in Virginia. And get this, when they arrived, they found him on his government computer trolling for more underage victims. Finally, we have Tyler DeVault from Gaithersburg, Maryland. He's a 33-year-old male who told our undercover that he was 19 years old. After a few weeks of graphic sexual online talk, he told our undercover deputy that he wanted to meet up with her. He thought he was talking to a 14-year-old girl, and he tried to ascertain if she was a cop or actually commented that he doesn't want to see Chris Hansen from the show Catch a Predator there waiting for him. Well, when Mr. DeVault showed up at the house with a piping hot pizza in hand, no less, deputies and, Chris Hansen were there to put a chill on this pedophile's plans. These are just a few examples of the predators we arrested as part of this operation, and they are part of a larger ongoing effort to identify, investigate, and stop those who use the internet to prey upon our children. Each of these cases represents someone who either traveled to Harford County or were planning to travel to our community and exploit an innocent child. Thanks to the outstanding work of our detectives, our partners, and with the partnership of Chris Hansen and his team, these pedophiles were stopped and taken off the street before they could hurt anyone. Let me be crystal clear. As your sheriff, we will never tolerate this kind of crime in Harford County. Our children deserve to grow up safe, free from fear, and free from those who would try to prey on them. We will continue to use every available resource, including technology, undercover operations, and partnerships like this one to identify predators and to bring them to justice. To the parents, grandparents, and guardians in our community, please stay involved in your children's online activity. Talk with them about internet safety, ask questions, and know who they are communicating with online. The best protection always starts at home. Together, we will continue to send a clear message. If you come to Harford County to victimize a child, you will be caught and you will be held accountable.
Sheriff Gowler's office received a wave of support for their proactive work, demonstrating a strong stance against these types of crimes in their community. The raw footage from Operation Nasty 9 is set to air this winter on the streaming service True Blue, bringing the reality of this sting operation to a wider audience. These arrests serve as a grim warning and a call to action for communities everywhere. Vigilance in the digital world is more crucial than ever before. I remember watching To Catch a Predator every week back in the early 2000s. Chris Hansen may not be a perfect person. No one is. Regardless, I don't think he is a bad person either, and I've been a fan of his work for decades. I personally believe anything that helps or results in the incarceration of PDF files and SOs is a good thing. What are your thoughts on Chris Hansen, Operation Nasty 9, and collaborative stings like this one? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and as usual, if you're a fan of urban legends, folklore, unsolved mysteries, cold cases, and all things mysterious, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.